got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me.
How you doing, everybody? It's another show of How You Cookin' with Frankie Boy. Today we're going to do something special. Right? We're going to make empanadas. Not just one type of empanada, but 3 different types of empanadas, Spanish rice, and also onions and beans to go with the Spanish rice. Now, we got chicken, shrimp, and chorizo sausage. Alright? Now, first of all, what they do, I'm going to show you how to prepare the chicken first. Alright? What we're going to do is chicken thighs. I like to use chicken thighs. First of all, what we really got to do, we got to celebrate the show with a nice Spanish wine. Try to keep the theme. Alright? We got a beautiful Spanish wine. There's a label. Let's put it over here so we don't knock everything out of the way. So, okay, like I said, chicken thighs. I like to use those because they're a little bit juicier. If you like chicken breast, you can use chicken breast. I like to put in sazon with 2 packages. All right. Okay, get rid of this. Also, I'm going to put in a little bit of onion powder and garlic powder. Alright, and some adobo and some fresh black pepper. Got that. So then we're just going to mix this. Alright, mix it really well. Alright. Get all of the seasonings all throughout the chicken. Okay. Now with that, we're going to put, I got to rinse my hands off first. A little bit of soap. If you're touching poultry or meat. Okay, what I like to do first is spray your cookie sheet, the baking pan. All right. Then you can put these place of chicken right on the platter. All right. There we go. And I put them in a 350-degree oven. All right. You're gonna let that bake. Till done, the skin's got to be nice and crispy and everything else. Okay, now that's that. Now, we're going to do some Spanish rice. Alright, what I like, first of all, there's this thing called sofrito. It's Spanish people use, and this is like the trinity of like the New Orleans. They use the trinity with celery, onion, and a couple of herbs and spices. This, they put in some garlic. Okay, some green pepper, you can just cut that, some red pepper, you can put them in, okay, and also some cilantro. Alright. Now you can kind of use the stems in cilantro too. Alright, put a bunch of that in there. And also there's this other stuff called culantro. Alright, it's a leaf. It all grows like really wild in Puerto Rico. Alright. And you'll put a bunch of that in there. It's a little bit more, I think, fragrant and more of a peppery taste than cilantro. It's really, it opens the whole thing up. Okay. And also, a half an onion. Okay. Peel that back. And you can just, doesn't matter either way, this is all going to get chopped up anyway. Okay. Let's give it a little head start. Okay. Also, a thing of sazon. And a little bit of adobo. And a little bit of, you can use a little bit of vegetable oil or a light olive oil. Alright, then we're going to put the top on. We can squeeze all of that in there. And we'll let it roll. There we go, that was getting down there. Alright. And basically what this is going to come out to, this is going to be this. Alright. You can actually buy it in Goya section in the freezer. They actually have it in a powdered form too. But the freezer, if you can't make it yourself, it's really simple to do. You can buy that. Okay. Now, for Spanish rice, we're going to put a little bit of oil in a pan. Okay. Now I'm going to get that going on a medium to high heat. What I like to do, now every Spanish family or different countries and cities in Spain or Puerto Rico or Dominican, every family kind of makes their own way. Like Italians make their own different sauce, different versions. This is the way I do it. Alright? Put a little bit of chorizo and chopped onion and chopped garlic. You gotta let that saute. Alright? Okay. Just gonna let that go for a little bit till it starts getting hot. Alright. Now for this side, we're gonna do the for rice and beans. Alright, a little bit of oil in there. Alright. We're gonna slice onion, actually there's two. And I'm going to do this other half. We're going to let this cover this up. Alright. So, we got about 2 Spanish onions in here. We're going to let that saute up also. Okay. Now, I'm going to let this get going, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk a little bit more about different Spanish foods and stuff like that. Okay? So, let me let this get going, and we'll come right back, and we're going to toast a little bit, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, we are back. I'm still drinking my Don Quixote. Beautiful wine. Now, the onions and the chorizo sausage cook down a little bit. That's what we want. Now we're going to add in 3 cups of rice. Okay. And we're going to stir that. Mix all of that in. Alright. Also, that I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of the sofrito. Make it 3. Some gandules or pigeon peas. A can of that. And some pimento and olives and capers. Now it depends on, if there's a holiday they actually add this stuff like this. Otherwise it's just the gandula beans and the rice. Alright? I'm going to add 2 packages of sazon. And a little bit of adobo. Okay. I'm going to stir that. We're going to let that cook down a little bit. Okay. It's beautiful. So when you have the heat, just heat up the rice kernels a little bit. Then with that, I'm going to add 6 cups of water. Okay. Ready? Okay. Now we're going to add 6 cups of water. And there's 2 cups. Right there. Okay. Now I'm going to turn the heat on to kind of a high because we want that water to start boiling up. Okay. Now once that comes to a boil, we're going to put the timer on for about 20 minutes. And we'll let that go. Now over this one, we got those onions that are caramelizing. We're going to add some pink beans to it with 2 cans I got with the liquid that's inside. Okay? Alright, that's beautiful. I'll let that cook down a little bit. And we're also going to add 2 packages of Sazon in that. You know what, I'm going to make it just 1 package. Okay. Also, a couple tablespoons of the sofrito. And like about a tablespoon of rigatto. It's the same thing, same purpose. Then I'll put the red pepper in it. Just cilantro, garlic, and culantro. And a little bit of adobo. Now, me being Frankie Boy, I love to cook healthy. I'm going to add some bacon to this. Hickory bacon, cut up in little chunks. And I'm gonna cook it first. Not crispy. You don't want it crispy. You're just going to cook through. See? Just cook through. We're going to add that to it. And the flavor that's going to add the smoky flavor into the onions and all these other herbs. Now you don't have to add any cilantro to it because the sofrito has it in there. Alright, we're going to let that simmer. And you're going to add this, you can put it next to your rice, or you can most likely like white rice. I want to give you a quick ingredient also. Alright, we're going to let that cook. I'm going to cover it. Alright, with that, we're going to come back and let this cook, and we're going to start with the empanadas. So, okay, now with the chorizo empanadas, alright, what I'm going to do is take a chorizo and I'm going to slice it up in some small pieces. Alright, just like that. Alright, now I'm going to add this. We got a bunch chopped up here, onions and garlic. I'm going to add it to this skillet right here. Okay, they can cook up together. Alright. Also, I'm going to take the rest of this that I had just chopped up. Okay, and I'm going to add that to that also. And just give it a little twirl. Okay. And then, now next, okay, we're going to add another 2 packages of, no, actually we're going to have 1 package. 1 package of the Sazon, some adobo, okay, and some sofrito. This is common use. You can even put this in your scrambled eggs. Alright, we got to stir that together. We're going to let that cook up, turn the heat up on that. Now let that cook up. Now this is going to be the filling. Also, I'm going to add in some pink beans. I'm going to drain the water out of it. And a little bit of corn. Fresh corn or frozen corn is fine. A little bit more. There we go. Alright, now you got to stir that all together. Now look at that, that's beautiful. Alright, now that's going to cook up. All the flavors are going to incorporate, and that's going to be great.